There is a moment most people try to outrun. It doesn't arrive loudly, it seeps in. Late at night, when the noise fades and your identity loosens its grip, you stare at the ceiling and feel it, a quiet suspicion that everything you are is thinner than you thought. That your name, your history, your ambitions are constructs balanced on nothing solid. You were told a story early on, that you matter, that your life carries weight, direction, purpose, that there is a place shaped specifically for you in the fabric of existence. It was comforting, necessary even. But comfort is not truth. Zoom out far enough, and the illusion fractures. Billions lived before you, convinced of their own importance. Most are now indistinguishable from dust, their voices gone, their struggles erased, their names unspoken. The universe did not pause for them. It will not pause for you. And still, you feel something resisting this idea, a tightening in your chest, a refusal. Because to accept it is to stand face to face with a terrifying possibility. That you are not central, that you are not required, that you are nothing. Yet hidden inside this realization is something else, something colder but strangely clean. A kind of clarity that does not comfort, but liberates. If you were never the main character, what exactly have you been trying to protect? From the beginning, you were trained to inflate yourself, not out of malice, but out of necessity. A child who believes they are nothing struggles to move forward. So the world offers a gentler narrative. You are special. You are unique. You are meant for something. It sounds harmless. It rarely is. Because the universe does not recognize these claims. It does not validate them. It does not even notice them. The scale alone makes the idea absurd. A single human life, suspended on a small planet, orbiting an average star, drifting through a cosmos so vast it cannot be meaningfully grasped. And still, within this, you insist on significance. Nietzsche once reduced this arrogance to a whisper. In a remote corner of the universe, creatures invented knowledge and believed it mattered. A brief flicker, mistaken for permanence. Psychology reinforces the illusion. The mind protects itself through distortion. You overestimate your role, your impact, your necessity. It is a survival mechanism. Without it, motivation collapses. History offers correction. Entire civilizations vanished, their languages dissolved, their gods forgotten. Even those who shaped eras eventually become footnotes, then silence. The truth is not hidden, it is avoided. You are not important in any lasting, universal sense. Your life does not anchor reality. Your absence would not destabilize existence. Importance is not a property of the world. It is a story told to make the void feel smaller. Meaning feels like shelter. In reality, it behaves more like a blade. You build it slowly. You attach yourself to roles, identities, directions. You become your work, your relationships, your ambitions. Each layer adds structure. Each layer adds weight. And over time, you forget that you built it at all. Sartre observed this clearly. Existence comes first. Essence is added later, shaped by choices, context, and desperation. There is no predefined script, only improvisation, disguised as destiny. The problem begins when you believe your own construction, because what is built can collapse. A career ends, and a person dissolves with it. A relationship breaks, and identity fractures. A failure arrives, and suddenly everything feels hollow. Not because reality changed, but because the narrative holding it together did. Camus called this collision the absurd. The human need for meaning meets a universe that offers none in return. No answer, no acknowledgement, just silence. Neuroscience supports this discomfort. The brain is a storyteller. It creates coherence to stabilize perception. When coherence fails, distress follows. Anxiety, depression, disorientation. Not as anomalies, but as consequences. Meaning is not discovered in the world. It is imposed upon it. And what you impose, you must constantly defend. The more meaning you construct, the more fragile your existence becomes. Because beneath every carefully built identity, there remains the same unresolved truth. Nothing was ever holding it up. There is a sentence most people avoid thinking fully through. Not because it is complex, but because it is precise. If you disappeared today, the world would reorganize without you. Not instantly, not without disruption, but efficiently, quietly, almost indifferently. Your workplace would adapt, your responsibilities reassigned, your absence absorbed into routine. The machine does not stop for missing parts, it compensates. Your social circle would shift. Grief would surface, then soften, then fade into memory. Conversations would continue. Laughter would return. New dynamics would form in the space you once occupied. Even your closest connections would eventually stabilize. Not because they did not care, but because they must continue. Sioran reduced existence to accident. No inherent necessity. No predetermined role. Just emergence, brief persistence, and disappearance. Biology reinforces this. Evolution does not prioritize individuals. It favors continuity. Organisms exist as carriers, not endpoints. Replaceability is not failure, it is design. History amplifies the pattern. Leaders, innovators, entire cultures vanish, and yet life continues. Structures rebuild, narratives shift, memory erodes. You are not exempt from this. You are not an irreplaceable center. You are a temporary configuration. This realization feels brutal because it dismantles the illusion of indispensability. It strips away the idea that your presence anchors anything beyond your immediate perception. And yet, beneath the discomfort, there is clarity. You were never required for the world to continue. You were only ever present within it. There is a point where resistance becomes exhausting, where maintaining the illusion costs more than abandoning it. And in that moment, something shifts. If you are not inherently meaningful, you are not bound to justify your existence. If you are not essential, you are not obligated to perform importance. The weight begins to loosen. Spiritual traditions have circled this idea for centuries. In Buddhism, the concept of non-self dissolves the notion of a fixed identity. What you call you is a process, not a solid entity. A pattern of thoughts, sensations, memories, constantly changing. Clinging to this pattern creates suffering. Letting go reduces it. Nothingness, then, is not purely absence. It is openness, a space without imposed definition. People who step outside rigid identities often describe a strange relief. Not joy in the conventional sense, but quiet. The pressure to become something fades. The need to prove, to validate, to justify weakens. Failure loses its sharpness. Success loses its dominance. You begin to experience without constantly interpreting, without measuring yourself against an imagined standard. Psychological studies on self-distancing suggest similar effects. When identification with the ego softens, emotional volatility decreases. The narrative becomes less rigid. The experience becomes more direct. Nothingness removes the burden of being someone. You do not need to be significant to exist. You do not need a role to continue. What once felt like emptiness begins to resemble freedom, not comforting, not warm, but undeniably real. So what remains when the illusions fall away? No grand purpose, no guaranteed meaning, no permanent identity, just experience, unfolding moment by moment, without external justification. At first, this feels incomplete, almost unbearable. The mind searches for something to hold on to, something to rebuild. But over time, a different orientation becomes possible. You stop asking what everything means. You start noticing what is. A conversation that disappears as soon as it ends. A quiet walk with no lasting consequence. A fleeting moment of connection that leaves no trace in history. None of it endures. All of it still happens. Camus suggested that the absence of ultimate meaning does not prevent engagement. It simply removes the expectation that engagement must lead somewhere beyond itself. You act, not because it fulfills a cosmic role, but because action continues regardless. Behavior does not require metaphysical justification. Even suffering changes texture. It is no longer part of a larger narrative. It is immediate, contained, real. The same applies to beauty. You do not need permanence for something to matter within experience. You only need presence. Living without illusions is not uplifting. It does not provide comfort or direction. It removes both. What remains is simpler, colder, more honest. You are here, temporarily, without necessity. And within that narrow window, everything you feel still unfolds. There's something strange about realizing you are nothing, and still choosing to stay. Not because the world needs you, not because your story is essential, but because somehow you're still here, watching, thinking, feeling. And maybe that's what connects us. Out of billions of lives, endless noise, constant distraction, you stopped for a moment and allowed yourself to face something most people avoid. That quiet truth, that uncomfortable clarity, that weightless feeling of existing without guarantees. That's not common. And whether you realize it or not, just being here, engaging with this kind of content, already means something. Not in a grand, cosmic sense, but in a human one. It means you're willing to look deeper, to question, to sit with thoughts that don't offer easy comfort. That alone already supports this channel more than you think. But if this kind of perspective resonates with you, if these ideas stay with you after the video ends, there's a way to go further. Becoming a member isn't just a button, it's a quiet signal that you want to stay connected to this space, to these reflections, to something that doesn't try to distract you from reality, but brings you closer to it. Members get access to deeper content, early releases, and a more direct connection to everything built here. And if at any moment you feel like giving something back, even a small gesture through super thanks makes a real difference. It helps keep this going, quietly, consistently. Still, no pressure. Watching, thinking, sharing this video, that already matters here. There are more than 100 videos waiting for you. Take your time. Stay as long as you need.